Hi guys, welcome in. So I've been getting this message today. This is going to resonate for those of you who have a toxic boss, right? So you have a boss that lately they've been love bombing you. They've been a little extra nice to you and you're like, "Okay, why is this person being so nice to me?" And you can see right through this person. Most of you can see through this person, and if you're just kind of on the fence and you're wondering, all right, is my boss like being nice to me because they're trying to manipulate me, or are they being nice to me, uh, like, why are they being nice to me, right? Yeah, they're being nice to you to manipulate you, and we're gonna find out why. Like, why are they being toxic, right? So I got a new deck and I'm absolutely in love with it. It's called the Toxic X Files, but you can use them for like any kind of reading, right? Like if you want to find out if your boss is toxic or your friend or your coworker or whatever it is, right? But look at these cards, you guys. Look how beautiful these are. I want to show you the sides. Look at that. That's amazing. So I got these from Vibe About It. I've talked about her before. I absolutely love her cards. I have like, this is probably my, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my sixth deck from her shop. She's awesome. If you guys are interested in these cards, there is a link in the description box below if you'd like to reach out to her. She has a website and she's also on Etsy, so you should check her out. She's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's up with your boss. Like, why in the world are they being nice to you all of a sudden? Like, you're thinking, is this a New Year's thing? Did they have like a really good vacation? They go they go on vacation somewhere overseas or something like that. Who knows? Who knows? But all right, Spirit, can you please tell us why are my Truth Seekers bosses being so nice? Like, what's going on? All right, let's check this out here. All right, I absolutely love this blue. It's just, it's pleasing to the eye. Okay, what do my Truth Seekers need to know for their highest and greatest good? Why is this boss toxic? What are they trying to do to my collective? Especially, I'm getting a lot of love bombing. You know, like, oh, you're doing such a great job, or I really appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to keep you, trying to get you to stay in your position, or I don't know. But okay, we've got our first card out is Unslick Rick slides into DMs but gets stuck on unread. Okay. Unslick Rick slides into DMs but gets stuck on unread. So what is this? Just leaving people unread? Okay. So they're just not serious. They just want attention and they're just not serious. Yeah. So they probably like messaging you on Teams all the time, but they just want your attention. They don't really care. I think that's kind of how I'm reading that one, but let's get more. Ooh, the delusional god. Acts as if everyone should kiss their butt and shower them with love despite not deserving it. Yeah, they're like, I'm your boss. You should treat me, with the utmost respect, and you should kiss my butt, but I really don't deserve it. Okay. Yeah, they have a god complex. Your boss has a god complex. Okay. Well, honey, ma'am, and or sir, you're not God, so just saying. Okay, let's get further. All right, what else do they need to know, Spirit? What else do they need to know? Ooh, all right, we got a lot here. Okay, well, I'm going to take it. There's like 5 cards here. All right, we've got John Wicked. I love this. Acts disrespected when slighted and goes on a rampage over the smallest things, becoming vengeful over matters that aren't a big deal. Right. Okay. So yeah, John Wicked. So they make a big deal out of the smallest things. You're like, it was just an email. It's not that big a deal. Hangs on tight, secretive with their actions, but wants to know what their partner is doing 24/7. So this is a boss who is a micromanager. So they micromanage the crap out of you, and you're like, hey, I do not want to be micromanaged, or I'm at a level right now where I do not need to be micromanaged, or seriously, who wants to be micromanaged? Like, you hire someone to do a job because they have the qualifications, because you know that that person's going to do the job. So who the hell wants to be micromanaged? Nobody, right? I'm just saying. We've got kids games. They play mind games. They play mind games fully aware that you'll lose in the end, leaving you tangled in confusion and regret. So they're purposely messing with you. They're purposely playing mind games just to play with you. So if your boss is love bombing you right now, or if they're gaslighting you, or freaking out over the smallest things, they're doing it on purpose, or they're so delusional with this God complex that maybe they don't know they're doing it, but they're just playing games. They're playing mind games. So they could be so delusional that they don't know they're doing it, or they know they're being a huge manipulator and they just don't care. But Spirit wants you to know that your boss is a manipulator. They could be a narcissist. I mean, especially in the corporate world. I'm just saying, I've been in the corporate world for like a really long time, and there's a lot of narcs in the corporate world. Just saying. I've had a lot of experience with that. All right, we have the Stepford wife. They mold themselves into the ideal person they believe their partner wants, losing their own identity in the process. So this is the type of person that will basically be a yes man or a yes woman. Okay, so just say, for example, your manager gets hired, and their boss, they'll say yes to everything their boss wants them to do, and they'll become like the perfect employee per what their boss wants them to do. So they don't think for themselves, they don't speak the truth, like their truth, they won't stand up for things, they won't advocate for their people, that kind of stuff. They'll just be like, oh, I'm gonna be whoever my manager wants to be. So it would be like two people above you. So not your manager, but the manager above them. But they're not really being who they are. They're just molding themselves into whatever they need to be to fulfill that job. I could not be like that, but I'm just saying. Okay, and then we've got more war, less peace. So yeah, they're just a shit starter. They want to start drama. That's what they want. They promise to make things better, but it ends up making things worse. Yeah, they're either unexpectedly or predictably. Yeah, right. So they just want to come into a peaceful situation and just drop a big pile of drama. Look at this. Look at this card. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. They just want to start crap. So some of y'all have an extremely toxic boss with a God complex they're not being their true authentic self at work. And I can hear some of you saying, well, who can be their true authentic self at work? You can be yourself at work. You can set boundaries at work. You can say no at work. You can do all of these things and still keep your job. You can. I mean, obviously use your discernment, right? And talk to spirit, or however you meditate, pray, talk to the divine, like obviously use your intuition and your specific situation. But I have experienced that in my own life, and I have seen it done. So it's really up to you, collective. It's up to you. But yeah, this boss is toxic as heck. So yeah. All right, I'm going to get just one more, and then we're going to go to the tarot and get advice from spirit. Okay? Yeah. And I know it's kind of like, it's hard because some people might say, well, if you have such a toxic boss, why don't you just get another job? Well, I mean, have you seen the economy out there? It's not as easy just to get up and get another job. You can put in resumes, you can apply and apply and apply, but there are millions of other people applying. It's kind of tough out there. So is it good to sharpen up your resume and get it out there? Absolutely. Should you maybe be looking for another job if you're not happy where you are? Sure, yes. But also, you can learn how to deal with a toxic boss, right? Stand in your power, have boundaries, speak your truth, realize that your toxic boss does not have power over you. They really don't. They might think they do because they have this God complex and they think that they're master manipulators, but you cannot manipulate someone who can identify a manipulator, right? Or someone who has dealt with a narcissist before, or someone who's awake, someone who knows how to deal with that kind of stuff. So it really feels like Spirit is wanting to warn you or to make you aware that this boss is manipulative. This boss does not tell the truth or the full truth. Perhaps they are leaving things out, which is lying by omission, okay? Let's just put that out there right now, because I have heard, like, I wasn't lying, I just didn't tell you everything. Well, honey, that's lying by omission, okay? So that does happen. This love bombing stuff, the minute that you release the need to be like, to have validation, you don't need to be love bombed by your boss. It's like you come in, you do your job, you do what you need to do, and you leave, you go home or whatever, right? So, point being, there are ways that you can deal with a toxic boss until you can get out of that situation, right? And of course, I'm not a professional, so if you need therapy or you need to go to a professional, please do that, okay? It does help. All right, one more. One more, Spirit. One more on this very toxic boss, this micromanaging, false promises, not telling the truth. What was that? John or Jane Wicked. Vengeful, drama starting, has no identity except for work. Toxic boss. Wow. Okay, one more, please. And this person might come across as like the nicest person in the world. They're so nice. They're so open. Do not share your life with this person. Do not share all of your inner secrets, because this is the type of person that will make you feel really comfortable with them. They're like, oh yeah, I did that. Oh yeah, I understand that. Oh yeah, XYZ. Don't do that, because that's their way in to manipulate you more or to use things against you later. Okay, that's coming through. All right, one more, please. This definitely feels like a warning, okay? Or just, again, this is not to promote fear. You shouldn't be feeling fear from this. This should just be a confirmation for what you're feeling inside, like your inner knowing, your intuition. So if you're feeling any kind of fear attached to this, this is not your message, okay? Okay, cool. All right, so we have Dead Drool. I love these cards, are so awesome. I love them. Makes fun of their significant other in public to get a laugh from others and portray them as the funny, easygoing ones. So yeah, your boss may make jokes at your expense. They don't stand up for you. You could be in on a Zoom call or in a meeting at work, and you think that your boss is going to stick up for you, and really they don't. In fact, they throw you under the bus. Yeah. No, thank you. And then we have, they don't take accountability. This says his fault, her fault, their fault. It says shifts the blame. They don't take responsibility for their actions. They blame everybody. They're like, oh no, it wasn't me. It was the one-armed man or whatever. I don't know what that saying is, but it was like, And no offense to anyone who is, that was just an old saying, so it's probably terrible. Apologies. But yeah, they act innocent, but they're guilty because their behavior shows that they're guilty. But look at that. Yeah, they cannot take accountability. Okay, if you have a manager or a boss or somebody in a leadership position and they cannot take accountability, they should not be in a leadership position. That's like leadership 101, I feel. I don't know. I mean, yeah. And at the bottom, we have expired milk. Thinks they're buffalo mozzarella, but actually they're more like Kraft cheese. Yeah, so they think they're the best thing since sliced bread, but they're really not. They think they're all that in a bag of chips. I mean, all of these corny things are coming through, but it's because they think they're awesome, but they're not. And I'm getting like it's like they think they're the best and they act, but their actions don't show that. And it's kind of like other people can see through their actions that they're not the best, but they can't see it themselves. This person needs healing. They need to do some self reflection. They really do. They do. And they need to learn some accountability. For sure. Yes. Okay, let's go to the tarot. Let's go to the tarot. Okay. All right. Okay, Spirit, what else do we need to know? I'm feeling called to just get a couple initials. I'm going to just get a couple here. Okay. We have, let's see. We have FM or MF. Take that however you want. We have BO or OB. We have BOI, boy. We have ID. I have definitely ID'd someone that you know. This is some of y'all's bosses. Or DI. We have the word die here. This could be, again, like with die, I don't really take that as a death. If your manager or your boss passed away, my condolences. But I usually take this as someone rolling dice, someone that's gambling. Your boss, your toxic boss, could be literally gambling or figuratively gambling with your career right now. They could be doing your review, and they're so toxic and they can't take accountability that they're going to give you a bad review when really they're projecting what they need to heal and their feelings onto you, and it's so unfair. So really they're gambling with your career right now. That's what I'm getting from this die. DIE, like rolling the dice. They're rolling the dice with your career right now, or with your position, your job. Not cool. Okay, let's see. Also, the initials DB, EI, MI, FE, EF, OI. Let's see if anything else is coming through. What if I said BD? IM. They could be IMing you, like pinging you a lot. if you have teams or something like that, they could be IMing you a lot, like, I need this, I need that, can you do this, can you do that, can you stay after, can you come in early? And you're like, oh my gosh, leave me alone. Okay, that's all I'm getting there. All right, Spirit, what is the advice for my collective? What is the advice? I'm also getting, I'm feeling very high energy. I mean, yes, I am drinking a Monster, but it's not that. It's like, it feels like this toxic boss keeps you really busy, or they stay really busy. Uh, perhaps they don't know how to delegate, or they refuse to delegate, or they give you too much work, something like that. Something like that. Okay, Spirit, what is the advice for my truth seekers? For the collective, what's the advice, please? What should they do with this toxic boss situation here? Okay, well, the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, so many of you need this job. You need the money for this job. I guess you have to just kind of weigh, like, how much do I need this job versus how toxic it is? Again, that's up to you. Don't make any decisions off of a tarot reading. You know, contact your practitioners or professionals, things like that. But you're not getting paid what you should get paid at this job. You're not getting the attention that you deserve or the recognition you deserve, because the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, and so is the Six of Wands. So that is telling me, Spirit is telling me, that you're not getting the money that you deserve. You're not getting the attention and the recognition that you deserve. And you're working for a toxic boss. Okay? And also, the Six of Wands reversed is kind of giving me, like, your boss, for some of you, not all of you, your boss is taking your ideas and then taking credit for your ideas and not giving you the credit. Taking your ideas and using it as their own and not giving you credit for it. Yes. Okay. Okay. Man, is my whole deck in reverse? No. I had to check because these are all reversed. I guess it makes sense, though, because this is very toxic. Okay, we've got the King of Cups in reverse, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So, okay. Spirit is encouraging you to really take a look at this, okay? How are you being treated at this job? How are you getting paid? All of the things that are happening, right? People, this boss, however this is resonating for you, right? Taking your ideas, not giving you credit where credit is due, not giving you the recognition that you deserve, not getting paid enough. You're in the King of Cups reverse. You are in your feelings, probably daily about this, like not even wanting to go into work because this is mentally draining to work for a toxic boss. It really is. And Spirit is saying, let go of any kind of limitations that you have, like in your mind, right? Like, but I need this job, but I have to have this job. Like there's nothing new out there. There's nothing better out there. Have a more abundant mindset. There's got to be something better out there, right? Obviously take small steps that are safe. If you need this job to pay your bills and things like that, to eat, to have a roof over your head, things like that, just take small steps. Update your resume. Reach out to former coworkers or other people, see who's hiring. Start putting out applications and just see what you get back, that kind of thing, right? Don't move from this job until you have another job, that kind of stuff, right? Just take small steps. But don't have this mindset to where it's like, well, I have to stay here because this is the only job that I deserve. That's not true, collective. Okay, you deserve to be treated better. You deserve to have more recognition. You deserve to have your ideas celebrated, not taken and used and not given credit for. You deserve to be celebrated at work. Okay? You do. You deserve to be compensated for what you're worth. Okay? So Spirit wants you to really take a look at that and really think about that. Are you being compensated for what you're worth? Where you're at now? It doesn't look like it to me, not what's on my table right now. Spirit, can we please get one more card? Final advice, please, for the collective. Final advice. Know your worth, collective. Know your worth and stand on it. Yeah. The Empress. Are you growing where you're at right now with this toxic boss and this toxic environment? Are you growing? Are you being treated like the king or queen that you are? That the emperor, empress that you are? Doesn't look like it to me, collective. You should go or stay, whatever you choose. But it should be that you are being treated like the empress that you are. And this doesn't matter if you're male or female, this is energy, right? This is energy. Stand in your power. Don't take anything less than what you deserve, okay? And if they won't give it to you, you go somewhere that will give it to you. You go somewhere where they will appreciate you, okay? And maybe that'll take some time, sure. But it's better than just staying where you're at and being like, oh, well, this is the best that I can do. That is false. That is false, okay? All right, I'm going to get one oracle card and then I'm going to close it out. This is another deck from Vibe About It. And this is the Oz's Enchanted Wisdom Oracle. And I don't know if you're a fan of the Wizard of Oz, but I am. And it's awesome. Okay. Check this out. This one's gold. I mean, the yellow brick gold. The yellow brick road. Of course it's gold. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay. Let's shuffle and get you some advice, and then we'll close it out. I've been kind of raving about her decks since I bought the first one because she's so intentional about her decks, and it's just, I connect with them so intuitively. It's just, they're awesome. Trust me, you'll have a really good experience. You will. All right, Spirit, what is the closing advice for the collective? Closing advice. This makes me want to go watch The Wizard of Oz now. Closing advice. For my beautiful collective. Okay. Dorothy's Quest. You are ready for new adventures. Stay determined and focus on your dreams. Yes. It's time to focus on your dreams, collective. Look at this. This is amazing. I mean, I was just trying to talk about the yellow brick road. It's true. You're ready for new adventures. Stay determined and focus on your dreams. Stay determined. Do not stay where you are not appreciated, where you are not celebrated. Time for purpose. Time to hit that yellow brick road, collective. All right, this is your message. I hope that it was helpful. Remember, don't dim to fit in, shine bright, and live true. And I will see you in the next video.